Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all the peeps from the cult, I welcome you to the lower brackets finals. Best of 3 between these two guys. We followed HalloWDosE from the upper bracket finals to the lower bracket finals. And you're looking at the main base of the HalloWDosE. He's the Terran player in orange colors here on the top left corner. And he is facing himself against SpLiT, which is playing red colored pieces on the bottom right corner. Why I'm saying red colored pieces? Because he's playing random, which means that he can turn into any race he wants to, but he has turned into Terran this time, and he is actually building barracks. Imagine that. There are barracks. Well, HalloWDosE is sending out an SCV to scout. Doesn't look like he is going much for anything. There is supply depot here, there is a little bit of SCV production, and there are 2 barracks being built on the opposite side of the map. The question is, will SpLiT succeed? What is going to be the HalloWDosE's reaction here when he finds out that there are no barracks here? There is supply depot. So now he knows, he's going for Reaper himself, and there's actually 3rd barracks being built, and his response is a bunker. Nah, it was supposed to be on a jumping pad, and now it's next to the barracks. Actually, the SCV is being sent to probably build supply depot, and that's gonna be quite a bit of Reapers. There's double gas. This SCV is AFK, which is not helping. There is actually double bunker being researched. Not research, built right now. And the Reaper revealed himself to the Reaper that he knows what's up. There is factory being built behind it, another supply depot. There is 1 bunker done, and there is actually marine being built, but it's the HalloWDosE is supply blocked. So basically, if any unit is going down, that's gonna be real good. The SCV is going upstairs, finding out what's the situation. Yep, the SpLiT is sending both SCVs to death, pretty much. I don't know if he freed supply like that, maybe that was the plan, and he has 3 more Reapers up in the way, and he will start working on the mineral line here for his opponent. 1 Reaper goes down. 2 more gets out with low HP. There, the barracks, no, the bunker here is empty. And there's Hellion being made right now. Now the bunker is not empty anymore. Now there is 2 Marines and Reaper. So they will jump between the bunkers and protect the mineral lane if that will be required. Well, SpLiT is building a supply depot and factory on behind of it, and he is actually going for 3 tech labs for the barracks. Might he turn this into Marauder push? That would be interesting. And there is CC, the natural CC being built here for the HalloWDosE. So basically he's not making much army. Oh, he freed up the tech lab for starport actually, which means that he might go for the siege tank here. And this one might be going for the Banshees. Yeah, the Reaper pretty much scouts quickly what's happening. Yeah, the concussive shells being researched. There's 2 Marauders already out. The SCVs are being pulled to the front line. The siege tank and Banshee is being made on behind of this. Well, none of these units are shooting upwards, so this Banshee will be the MVP for defensive purposes. The factory is making something, don't know what. I assume it's a Cyclone. Yes, that's a Cyclone, and there is a starport being built on behind of this. So that, yeah, the bunker was salvaged on jumping pad. That frees up the spot for the Reapers to jump in and find out what's the situation. Now that jumping pad is in danger because that's protected by siege tank. There is Cyclone being made, and there is double Banshees, and now the Banshee will have free reign upon this Marine, and now pretty much all of these units are dead, basically. There is nothing. Oh, there is Marine actually that can shoot up. So some Marines are joining in as the Bioforce. but they are expecting this guy, which is the Cyclone. Meanwhile, second Banshee being made. The worker advantage is in HalloWDosE, so basically he is in stronger position, plus he has command center, while the SpLiT does not have command center right now. The lock-on are locking on the Banshee, that was dodged. One more time. Almost goes down, but there comes the second Banshee, and that's Cyclone denied. Both Banshees survive, the bunkers are lifted, and there is a fly of shame towards the home. A siege tank is shelling away on the buildings, and the Marines are hunting down the barracks. The SCV count is in favor of HalloWDosE, and yeah, SpLiT is building himself a base. Meanwhile, the tech of choice is actually being to get the disruptive, I think that's Matrix or whatever the name is, and Raven to be able to just shut down any of the unit of choice, I believe, for the opponent here. And the barracks are making a goose walk of shame back to the home. There is a siege tank for defense, which is quite a good guess, because there is Raven. Raven gets enough energy, and one push can actually finish this game quite quickly. Although, a couple of Vikings being built to be able to deal with possibly that Raven aggression, but the more Ravens, the more they have to deal with, the less of a chance, and there comes the push. 3 siege tanks, some SCVs, a handful of Marines, probably 2 Banshees, Raven, and maybe even the second Raven, and maybe even third. Actually, the third command center is being built on site, which is a little bit, I believe, greedy here from the SpLiT, because this army is definitely gonna find it. And that's the sad part. Is he spotting? Yes, he is. That is denied, and that is cancelled, and 3 siege tanks are here. There's a couple of siege tanks, there's a couple of Vikings, there is a Cyclone with a lock-on, and both of the siege tanks has been shut down, and GG squad of HalloWDosE takes game number 1. Let's jump to game number 2. I think SpLiT is unhappy. Alrighty then, well, SpLiT is unhappy, and we kinda know why he is unhappy, because he once again is a Terran, so it's once again a mirror matchup here in the lower bracket finals, and you are looking at the main base of HalloWDosE, the orange colored Terran pieces player which is playing the Terran pieces with orange color. I don't know why I'm setting sentences from the other side. Forgive me, it's coming close to midnight, closer and closer by the minute. And yeah, he's facing his opponent after taking the map 1. It's SpLiT, who is playing red colored Terran pieces on the bottom right corner. It's a mirror matchup once again. The SpLiT did cheese the opponent first time. Excuse me, but this time obviously he cannot do the same trick, although he has SCV patrolling over here, so there might be some proxy shenanigans going on the other side of map. The question is what kind of and when. Anyways, the HalloWDosE will pretty much find out that his opponent is once again a Terran, harassing an SCV here. Which is a little bit sad. That's a betrayal in his own things, but well, it is what it is. The Reaper is being made. This looks quite standard, so it's supply depot into barracks into natural command center. Meanwhile, on the other side there is a factory being made. So there is barracks with a reactor, and on the other side there is a factory being made. So SpLiT is not thinking about building a natural right now. He's taking up a little bit for the aggression. There is a supply depot being built. on a weird position. Might be expecting maybe some drop shenanigans coming out. And pretty much HalloWDosE did find a SpLiT pretty much building the factory on the other side of the map. So it was immediately scouted, so the factory was cancelled and the SCV was pretty much killed in the action. There's only one Marine defending the Reaper jumping pad, and now there is a couple more. And the Reaper actually can jump over here. Did you know that? I didn't know. I know that it could jump here, like but that it could jump over here. That's a news to me. Here probably also. So it's here, here, here. Whew. I'm amazed that it's not here, because that will be like easy game. Anyways, the bunker is being made. There is a tech lab for the factory, starport. More Marines are going to sit in the bunker. Siege tank is being made here, while the starport is being made. Well, SpLiT is a little bit supply blocked right now. He will try to defend against this Reaper with Marines. The Reaper gets all the value information, so his life has been paying back with the up direction, I would say. There is a supply depot here, so basically the drop, even if it happens with the siege tank Marine, then it will be denied. The natural is started here for the SpLiT. The Marines are patrolling the front. More of them are being built. There's siege tank, medivac. Meanwhile, back here we have a couple of one siege tank is out, one more is being made. There are Vikings being built to be able to deal with possible drops. I guess that's HalloWDosE guessing what could be actually happening. And he's guessing right, because that's a freaking Liberator being built. That's suspicious as heck, let me say. There's tech lab for the barracks. And here comes the drop with Marines and siege tanks. So this was a super big prediction, so that gives the vision. And the Vikings are here to basically deal with the drop itself. And the medivac is down, and the siege tank pretty much is left alone here to shell the supply depot. The siege tanks are here basically giving vision with the Vikings, and siege tanks can creep up and just shut this one down. I don't believe there is going to be any evacuation. 4 Marines are fighting against battlecruiser, and that's a 3 siege tanks defending that. I see the SpLiT's expressions, and I completely understand that, because everything that SpLiT is planning to do or doing is denied at its source, which is weird as hell. But anyways, there is a tech lab. There's 2 barracks, another command center. That's a 3rd command center, but there is 2 siege tanks, so they pretty much oh, there's 4 Vikings. Well, they are following up the 3 siege tanks and Marines, so that's gonna be impressive force coming down. The bunker is being built for defense, so there are 2 siege tanks defending, but 3 is more than 2. And they are not even sieged up. Well, the Vikings are here, and they might just drop down onto the siege tanks over here to deny them. In general, well, they are giving the vision, and the other siege tanks are creeping up. Yep, there they are. Yeah, it's a bunch of scans. Who is gonna win? I believe the Vikings, like 3 Vikings were lost. And there's one more siege tank. That's good advantage. Don't put it really close to the other guys, please. And yeah, the workers quickly repair up this siege tank. And the Vikings and siege tanks from the HalloWDosE are beelined over the map. Well, this siege tank did enter the way of this siege tank, so that's not gonna happen, but this siege tank is in good range to shell on the command center if the Vikings are giving the vision. This siege tank has been repaired, so that's 3-2, but I believe Oh, that's a Liberator coming, and another siege tank, and more Vikings. So basically, the contain is going to be real here, to say the least. The amount of workers here for the SpLiT actually is in his favor, but the Liberator is the problem right now. And it almost gets the siege tank over here. If it was left there, it could have actually gotten that siege tank down. There is this siege tank in danger, and there is actually Vikings landing on the ramp and denying one of the siege tanks over here from SpLiT. The boys are being pulled towards the siege tanks, and siege tanks are supporting them, and yeah, the boys will get it. The boys will get it, but all of the other units will go down basically. And yeah, the Liberator here is shelling away the SCVs. That's 22 SCVs going down to the Viking force and Liberator. Meanwhile, the third base is being built and landed down over here. And yeah, the Vikings are doing the annoyance of going up and down in the same time as the command center or the orbital command is being lifted. The Liberator has moved to this position. There are no missile turrets to be able to defend against this, and so the SCVs pretty much are left into the danger. The Marines are trying to deal with the Vikings. That's a little fight happening, but the economy here for this Terran player, the HalloWDosE here, is insane. It's like 50 SCVs. That's like 4 times the SCVs that SpLiT has been left with. And yeah, the Liberator here is the annoyance. There comes the Vikings to defend against the Liberator. The question is, can SpLiT recover from this position? He has landed, he's coping. Just a moment, it's understandable. There is a third, the third orbital has been landed to the third. The Mule Hammer has been dropped. Basically, his income is still not reaching the amount of stuff that is mined here by HalloWDosE, and he is going to go to landfall base. So once you are ahead, obviously you go ahead. Oh, SpLiT, you will, don't cope, leave this game, because look at that. It's 2 battle cruisers going to jump your head. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And the scans are happening to scout out what kind of stuff is happening, if there are missile turrets or anything. Pretty much is entering the way for battle cruisers. I think the battle cruisers just need to jump this starport, and the game is over. There's corner base being built, so that's a little bit insane. My plan was to get different races, indeed, by having a random. And he got Terran. Toss some Terran. Cool plan. Little bit of BM chatter. And there is second battle cruiser, and 2 more battle cruisers are going to join in. I'm expecting them to teleport to the other side any moment now, and just SpLiT will, I imagine, like, if I were in his position, I would be screeching, because that's just crazy. Crazy. Yamato cannon being researched, the armory is being built on the other side. The 77 workers that income is insane. Well, technically that income now is racing against the one that SpLiT is having, but there is a corner base here, so that's like 4 bases, 5 bases here for the HalloWDosE, and SpLiT is on 3. And this is insane right now, in my opinion. This is unnecessary. But HalloWDosE is just, I believe, maxing out on battle cruisers and what shit not. And then he is, oh, I think he saw the fusion core, he saw the starports. I think he's well aware of what's actually coming for him. He's building barracks, I believe, barracks whatever. I can scan too. Yeah, this is a little bit unnecessarily spending of the time. It's sad. Well, the research for 1-1 is going for the Marines. Well, basically, if you are having a lot of Marines, you can actually out-damage the battle cruisers. There's actually 2 starports more joining in with the reactors, so it could be big Viking force joining in any moment to be able to deal with this insane battle cruisers. There's +1 air weapons and armor being researched, so that will be advantage for the army. HalloWDosE is closing to max out. There is no 4th base here for the SpLiT, while HalloWDosE is having 5 bases fully functional. He's building missile turrets everywhere, basically, to be able to defend against whatever is going to come. And here comes the move out. Basically, yeah, we are closing to max out. There are 3 more battle cruisers which are going to join in the main force. More starports are being built. 6 Vikings at a time are being made here by SpLiT to be able to maybe shut down few of those battle cruisers. The 4th command center is being built here. Macro 3. Well, it's over. There comes the siege tanks. Starts shelling away the 4th base, and here comes the battle cruisers. There's a lot of Vikings, but it's like Vikings against Vikings here. With the siege tanks, Marine force is going. There is 1-1 actually for those Marines, so they might be running on top of those siege tanks not to be shelled, but pretty much everything from SpLiT was deleted in an instant, and HalloWDosE takes game number 2, and he goes for the grand finals for a rematch against Undertaker.